Vicky here with you, and I want to do some cards today. And I've got a lot of birthdays coming up, so I figured I was gonna pull out some images, and I'm gonna do again some 6x6 cards because those are my favorite. Everybody writes in them, and that's just enough space for everybody to write a little word in it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Two of them are for my kids, so I'm trying not to say it too loud. And this one is for a good friend of mine who's the godmother of one of my kids, my oldest. So I thought in this that I would do this image for her. And so let's start off with that one because that might be the easiest, and then we'll take it from there. I've pulled out a bunch of different papers which I thought would be good for different cards, and yeah, so let's just get this going. So in this case, I'm using some images that I found in one of the books that I had purchased at a thrift store, and it's a book with paintings from different artists, and so I really love it. I think it's really awesome, and I like pulling from it to decorate the top of some envelope journals as well as card making recently. So here is so I still have a bunch of this yellow paper that was left over from an album that I made and that I've shown, and so I thought it would be a great base to start this off because of the fact that the image is has a lot of yellows in it. And I pulled out a bunch of different greens and yellows, which I thought were appropriate for this. So all of these were for this card, possibly. And this, and got another one here. I've got another piece of yellow, another piece of green. So now I'm not quite sure what layout I want to do, and the image is a bit big, so I was thinking of cutting it off and maybe cutting it like this. I don't know. It's still very large if I go like this. Takes most of the card, but at the same time it's such a pretty image. I'm not sure if I was to do this and move it over, so I'd like to have different papers underneath it. I really like when I have layers on my cards, as you know. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. Kind of like that. Look. So, build something like this. And then that. Something like that. Found these in my stash. I thought they might be nice on this, but the blue won't go with this. But I do have these Martha Stewart flowers, which could be fun. Could put a few there. So do I just do that? And then put a birthday sentiment like somewhere around here. I think I really like this layout, so I'm gonna just go for it and place this down. Like this, cut around the edges, and I don't cut it with my machine because the rest is fine. It's just the little corner that was off. So here, put this. Like that. And like this. And then I'll put my image like that. So as you can see, you can find all kinds of images from books and stuff, and you can use those to make your cards. You don't have to, you can find magazines. I mean, your imagination is what is stopping you. So whatever you imagine, you can do. And I really like making my own cards. But I don't color as many images as I used to, so this is a great opportunity to do some homemade cards, but without the trouble of coloring images. And the images that I color, I can use in my mixed media. So I really love how fresh this looks. Anyway, when I send out those cards, they cost more to ship out. So whether there's a bit of dimension or not, it won't make a difference. It's still gonna cost me a lot more. Okay, so she's a Taurus, but I want to use this on my son's card. So I'm gonna be using one of the other sentiments, I think. Whoops, I should have cut it thinner. So something like this. And where can I put this? Now the question is, what do I put it on? Do I put it on something like this? Super bright, or do I put it on yellow? Decisions. No, clearly not. There's this here that I could use too. It's just a kind of a green. Or of course I could use yellow, but I don't like that yellow. So what about, I think I threw away, So like this maybe, and do I layer yellow and green, or do I just do green? I think I just want to do some green, so I'm gonna just put this on there. And this and put this like this. I really like that. I think it's really fresh and cheerful. So here's my card. Whoops, like this. So that's the first one done. Now I can put the yellows away because that's not what's going to go with the next card. So on the next card, I'm using this image, and it represents my son very well because he's into finding, he loves computer stuff. He's studying programming and stuff, and these days he's always working from work very late, so he doesn't really get to eat much with us, so I thought it'd be kind of a fun representation of that. So these I'm going to keep because those would be perfect for ETCs. And that's the base of my card, like the image. So now for that one, I've got some blues. And I've got this here. And I have this here. Like that. Now I need a base because usually I always put a base, and I didn't pull out one, so let's use up one of my folders. Now the question is, if I use this, then I should find the folder that goes with that color. So like this. So I could put that on here. So when I cut out my folders, I make 6 by 6, and then whatever is left I use in different, I keep the leftover pieces for other stuff. So I'm wondering, I really kind of like the orange with the sandwich. Thinking that I want to use that. That kind of destroys the other possibilities that I had with this. So I'm not sure what I want to do now. I kind of want a background. I'm thinking that maybe I want to use a book paper. There's I need to find page that has a lot of text on it, and this book unfortunately has great big margins, so that won't do for that. So maybe this would do. If I cut off the edge here. Cut the edge here. I don't want to cut it too short, then I'll be stuck. So actually it would be pretty good here. So there and over here. Drink a bit of water. So yeah, so I'm taking this and then this. So if I do this, and then I could do this and cut it like right there. So I would cut it right here, and then we could see. I'm thinking that this would be good. So right there, like so. Whoops! I want to put the flowers in the right area. So then I really like this. It's not the typical manly card, but I think it's quite fitting for him. Just wondering if I would like the image to be framed. Should have a smaller piece of this cardstock, maybe, or maybe not. I think this could be cute if I did this. So how about doing this? Okay, so cut this off. Just a tiny frame. Like that. Like that. So let's put this together. So like so. Like this, and that. Like this. And I'm using a bunch of my scraps, which is always fun. And the rest is inexpensive material, like the book paper. I mean, it doesn't cost much. Those books have, you know, I use the books to make journals, and then whatever's the rest of the paper that's inside the book stays. So, and I don't want to waste. Okay, so now I've put it and it's crooked, and that's bugging me. And I probably cut it crooked. Well, no, not so much. I just put it down crooked, I guess. Okay, so now and one there. Okay, love that. And now I need to cut out this sentiment to put on there. It could be cute like this. Now the thing is, I don't know if I want to put anything on here because it's a masculine card, right? So not sure. Not sure, but at the same time, oops, this kind of looks like it's metal, so that's why I'm kind of liking it. So here's my next card. I still have 9 minutes to do the last one. So the last one, my son is graduating, so I thought it'd be a good picture, and it's showing like it's a cake or something, and so I figured I was going to do some steampunk card. So I pulled out some steampunk paper because I wasn't sure I was going to find what I wanted in my stash. However, I did find this here, which I really like, and which would be, and has a skull here. So it's a recollection set that I had purchased like way back, and I really love it. So there's that. I'd like to do some sort of framing to this image, so cut it a bit more. So I don't know if I want to use, I really love that paper. I'm just not sure if those are the colors I want to go with, because I really would like to frame this, maybe something like this. So I have this back from that I found at AC Moore's, and it's about time machine, and that could be cool. I really like this gray. And there's these, which is kind of cool. So I went with something more like this. Okay, so I kind of like this here. I think that could be a cool border. And I did pull out a piece of black cardstock that I had, which is from a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. That's how I usually purchase the cardstock in 12 by 12. I find it's less expensive in the end. I used to purchase a lot of for plain cardstock like this. I used to purchase a lot of the Recollection 8.5 by 12, but in the end, there's always these weird leftover pieces, and it's not as convenient to make 6x6 cards. So these card base are perfect. And as you can see, if you're using a 6x6 paper pack, you really don't waste a lot of paper. And I'm not putting this back in my bin because I've got plenty. So I can put this here. And then I was thinking I could highlight this like this. So somehow do something like this, maybe. Like that. And then kind of like this here. So how about this here? So like here. So like this. I like that. And then I could put this here on a black cardstock. So like this. So like that. I must start assembling this. Oops. I would like probably to put some cogs on this. I think that would have been perfect as an embellishment. And I do have some close by. So this like that. And this is just, I love this because it's perfect to do just that, borders. Okay, so this obviously was probably Halloween paper. But I'm glad I can use it on something else. So like that. And then this here, I'm gonna cut that. Cut this side. And oops, like that. I do have some black left over, which I could do on there, or I could do on this piece of black, but this piece is just like a right size, so I'm thinking I'm going to use this here instead, because that piece is smaller and won't be such a waste. So like this, so like that, and this, and put this like that. Okay, so So like this here, and let me just find a cog. I have a bunch of different ones that I purchased at AliExpress, and I do have some metal ones that are like silver ones, which I think would be nice. So I think those two would be cool for this. And so I'm just gonna put some silicone tape on them. So my tape is coming undone. Okay, so want to put a little bit of tape here just so that it sticks, and obviously this is not gonna, because it's so raised, nothing will stick to it, so that's fine. And these I'm not mailing out, so if there's weight, it doesn't matter either. So here's the last one. We finished just in time, so very happy about that. It's pretty much my standard for making, I mean, I can't really do any 6x6 card any faster than 3 in 30 minutes. Already 3 is a lot with all the layering that I do. So hope it inspires you, hope it gives you ideas on using other stuff that you have in your stash, and that you like it. I love reading your comments, so keep them coming. Bye everyone.